Hello everyone, I am Shraddha. I will be discussing the topic or notice from Transfer of Property Act. Firstly, let us understand the meaning of notice. Notice is given to a person in order to get an information about it. Notice is a knowledge of fact. So, when a person has a knowledge of any fact, he is said to have the notice of a fact. If it is established before the court of law that the person has a notice of some fact or transaction, the knowledge is binding with him. He cannot deny the knowledge of such fact. Therefore, where a person has a knowledge about a fact or under the existing circumstances, it can be proved that he must have a knowledge about a fact. It is said that he has a notice of that fact. Section 3 of Transfer of Property Act defines notice. It defines notice as a person is said to have a notice when he actually knows the fact or when but for willful abstention from inquiry or search which he ought to have made or gross negligence he would have known it. There are two types of notice, namely actual notice and constructive notice. Firstly, we will understand what is actual notice is. From the word actual, we can understand that when he actually knows the fact. So, a person is said to have an actual notice of fact when he actually knows the fact. Here, the definite information will be given to the interested party or notice is being issued. Vague reports or rumor does not amount to notice. So there are some examples so we can understand what is actual notice is. A legal notice is being given in the newspaper that a certain property is under litigation and should not be dealt with it. This is a definite notice. If anyone read this, it is deemed that the person has an actual notice. But in the case of a gossip being done in a tea shop where some people were discussing that a certain property is defective, this news is not definite and was not given by any reliable sources. Hence, it is not an actual notice. Coming to what is constructive notice is based on equity, that is justice. Here, a man who ought to have knowledge of fact is treated as if he actually knows it. This notice is also called as presumptive notice because the court presumes that the person must have knowledge of fact. When a person actually does not know anything about the fact but under certain circumstances, the court treats him as if he has already had the knowledge about it. This is a case regarding the constructive notice. Manchand vs. Chandravati. Here, a person purchased a house from a tenant. After buying, the person comes to know that the tenant has no ownership to sell the house. Here, the person has to inquire about the interest of tenant before the purchase of the house, but he didn't do it. This is called as constructive notice. There are certain circumstances in which the court presumes a fact as constructive notice. They are willful abstention from inquiry or search, gross negligence, registration, actual possession, notice to an agent. So, let us understand widely about these circumstances. Willful abstention from an inquiry or search. Here we can clearly say that the person is willfully avoiding to take the knowledge of fact and to inquire about them. In other words, a person is to be fixed with constructive notice for having abstained from making an inquiry which he ought to have made. If a prudent purchaser, in order not to miss the bargain of the property, willfully abstains from seeking complete knowledge about the proprietarial rights and merely writes on the mutual entry, he fails to do the necessary, he will be served with constructive notice. For example, there is a land of 30 lakh, but the owner sells it for 15 lakh. The purchaser, in order not to miss the bargain, he purchases the land. Thus, he is willfully abstaining from inquiry. If there is any dispute arising from the land in future, he will be given with constructive notice. Gross negligence. Gross negligence applies when a prudent person, due to his gross negligence, fails to have knowledge of fact. There will be absence of care, skill, and diligence. Negligence means omission to take such care as a prudent person would have taken. In the case of Imperial Bank of India, where a purchaser was informed that the title deed were in the possession of the bank for safe custody, and the purchaser omitted to make an enquiry from the bank. It was held that he was guilty of gross negligence and was deemed to have notice of right of the bank which he had the custody of the deed. Thus, even though the gross negligence is explained in an amplified nature, the question of constructive notice depends upon the facts and circumstances of each case. The Supreme Court decided in Municipality versus the Haj Abdul case, where Supreme Court held that the constructive notice depends upon the fact and circumstances of each case. Moving on to the third point, registration as a notice. Registration serves as a notice under the Transfer of Property Act whenever any person fails to inquire about the legal instrument or transaction that ought to have been registered. If any party fails to inquire registration, he ought to be served with a constructive notice. The following condition must be satisfied. The instrument must be compulsory registrable, that registration is noticed only when the instrument is required to register compulsorily and not when the registration is optional. The registration of the document must be completed in the manner as prescribed by Indian Registration Act. The instrument and the particulars regarding the transaction to which it is related must be correctly entered in the register as per the Registration Act. There is an illustration so that we can understand it easily. A sells the house by a registered document to B. E later enters into a contract with C to sell the same house. Law imposes a duty upon C to inspect the register in register office, and if he does that, he could have come to know about the sale in favor of B. The C was imputed with constructive notice as he failed to inspect the register. In case of Ahmed Ismail case, it was held that though the mortgage deed is registered, it being to the subject of movable property whose registration is not compulsorily, the registration does not amount to constructive notice. As we know, for constructive notice, registration is mandatory, not optional. Actual possession as a notice. Actual possession, that is, de facto possession of a property by another, must put the purchaser of such property on his guard. Possession, therefore, amounts to notice of title in another. There is an illustration for it. Ram contract with Beam for a property for 10 lakh and he sells it. Later, he sells the same property to Sham for 12 lakh. Now, Sham had all chance to inquire about the interest of Beam in the property as the Beam was already staying there. Beam's possession is a constructive notice to Sham. In Ahmed case, the defendant landlord leased out a suit property to the plaintiff on rent. Later, the defendant entered into an agreement with plaintiff to sell the suit property to him, and he received an advance and agreed to execute the sale deed. The possession was delivered to the plaintiff, but the deed was not executed. The defendant in meanwhile sold the property to other defendant. Here, the constructive notice were given to other defendant as the plaintiff was in the possession of the property. Notice to an agent. The doctrine is based on the maxim Q facit per alium facit per se, that is, he who does by another does by himself. A person is deemed to have had a notice of any fact if his agent acquires a notice thereof. The general rule that the knowledge of the agent is the knowledge of the principal. In Mahori Bibi vs. D. Ghosh, it was held that although the principal was absent from Calcutta and personnel did not take part in the transaction, his agent in Calcutta undertook all the transaction on his behalf. Thus, the principal will be affected by the constructive notice with the assumption that he was aware of all the fact. Moreover, in the cases where the agent acts dishonestly or fraudulently conceal the fact from his principal, the principal cannot be held imbibed by the notice. There is an illustration for it. X is Y's agent. X purchases a house on behalf of Y knowing Z's charge overhead and fraudulently conceal it from Y and acts along with Z. X will be not imputed with the notice of Z's charge over the property. Thus, this is notice in the Transfer of Property Act. Thank you.